And now it's time for Coach's Comments, presented by Southside Auto Tech. Cristiano Simonetta with you, joined alongside by Stars head coach and GM Chris Michael. And Mike, so you guys dropped this one 3-0 against the Fargo Force. You've had 6 games the last 15 days. Do you sense that fatigue would be a big factor, knowing Fargo was also in that third game of the weekend?
No, we talked about it last night. We're at home. We're sleeping in our own beds. They've been on the road since Friday. We're not going to let that be an excuse. This is the time of year where mental toughness is going to come through, and we have to be a hell of a lot tougher between our ears right now. That, if your body's telling you you're tired, your mind's got to tell you it's not. And it's just we came out lethargic, and we had a very slow start. And in a 3-3, it's a lot easier to play ahead than it is behind.
In the third period, we saw you guys strike some momentum, but it was quickly turned over. Stanley Cooley, it was deemed that he kicked the puck in after the shot from Clay Hannes. What did you hear from the officials? And the ice level look didn't get it, but above the goaltender we saw a look. But it was just outside the view of it, in my opinion, that you saw Cools directed with his skate. But in my opinion, it wasn't a kicking motion. What was your opinion on that play?
I'm going to have a biased opinion. Obviously, I think it's a good goal, but the ref had something different. He deliberated for a while. He asked advice for his linesman, so he handled it the right way. There's no issues there. I mean, we're not always going to agree with each other, but that's not the difference in today's hockey game.
What was the response from your guys after that disallowed goal by Cooley? It seemed the energy got sucked out of the building, and then they respond with 2 quick goals within 3 minutes.
Yeah, and that goes back to that mental toughness where, it's not always going to go our way. And when it doesn't, what's our response to it? And, we didn't have a good enough response. We didn't have enough pushback there to, that draw's in the offensive zone. Why don't we win that draw and generate another puck to the net with bodies getting there? And that was our plan going into it, and we didn't do enough of that. I mean, we had, I believe, 3 power plays by the end of the second period, and we have 4 shots on net total. So there's a lot of things that we didn't do well enough. They did. They did a better job. Credit to them. They played a good road game and found a way. So, but moving forward now, every point is huge, and it's do or die time for us. Our backs are squarely up against the wall, and we're going to have to come out and push and grind everything away here. And it starts our next day in practice where, our habits and our details have to be better. So when we are in a 3-3 and your body's a little tired, you fall back on those habits and details. And if you have the proper foundation, then good things are going to happen, and we're not quite there yet.
One last question for you, Mike. It seems like a foundation has been starting to be built on your penalty kill. I think you're 22 for your last 25. Obviously, you want to be 25 for 25, but that's an area of your game, especially coming against a team like Des Moines next Friday, where you allowed 4 power play goals in November. What have you seen from that group? I know you've changed up some personnel, but for me, it looks like that they're a cohesive group, and they stopped 4 power plays against Fargo tonight that can always bring the pressure as well.
Yeah, no, and listen, the most important penalty killer on the ice is your goaltender. Our goalies have been outstanding in this run here with Aiden and with Ryan. And, credit to our guys. Like, we're 22 for 25, and I'll bet my money that the 3 that we gave up were missed blocks. So our guys are paying the price. We're doing a better job on the initial face-off, which if you can win that first face-off and clear that puck and pressure down ice, now you're looking at about 20 to 25 seconds where you're slowly taking the momentum away from a power play. Instead of letting them win the face-off, they deliver a puck to the net, and now we're on our heels. So, we've done a good job in our face-offs. We've done a good job pressuring down the ice and kind of disrupting our opponent's breakouts. And we still need to do a way better job on entry points. We still need to do a way better job when there are loose pucks or 50-50s where we can bring our pressure. And when we have the puck on our stick, it has to go down 200 feet. So we're 22 out of 25. It's okay. We need to continue to grow there. But there's a lot of aspects of our game that we need to continue to build on. And there are some positives out of this weekend. I know it started as a dark weekend there Friday, and I thought we had a great response yesterday, and today we fell short a little bit. But again, there's still plenty of time here, but like we talked about, our backs are up against the wall, and in reality, this is the fun part. Like, this is why we do what we do, to compete every day, to give ourselves a chance to potentially make a playoff spot. But you know what? We're not looking at the huge picture, we're looking at the next day in front of us and how we can get better as a group. It'll be nice to get some personnel back as we are getting healthy here, and we'll have a couple new bodies into our lineup next weekend, hopefully, and spark some energy that way as well. So one day at a time. We're not out of this thing. We're not going to roll over and die for anybody. We're going to get back to work here and see what we got.